had this beef pre-Christmas. You had this beef before the turkey came out the oven, right? You already had this beef before I went to Western Beef to go pick up my free turkey, right? So if you've had this beef for so long, why can't we clear it before we get to the dinner table, before we get to a place where it may be super uncomfortable for the both of us? Like, that's my thing. And I don't think that people understand, like, the longer that you hold on and you harbor onto anger, when you explode, the other person might not. And this person was coming for me, like, deliberately wanted me to challenge them. And I said, okay. Okay, because you won your own battle by releasing what you're releasing, but I don't have to react to it. I don't have to react. And I think that that's the piece. And I think that that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, right? Because we often say what we want, but are we really living and committed to that action? There's a lot of stuff that we get to cover today when it comes to that. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you guys for joining us for story time. We're going to hit us with a little music from DJ Sable. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have some great current events. New Year's resolution, our interview with Debonair, part 1 and part 2. He is going to freestyle live on air, so you definitely don't want to miss that. Stay tuned to Crown Confidential, guys. We'll see you in a moment. Crown Confidential. Go ahead, Henry.
I had to get it in for the last show for the new, for the 2019. It had to be said.
Yes. I'll let you do that at the end too.
I don't know why I came. I don't know why I came. I don't know why I came in this club with you, girl. Don't know why I came in with the diamonds on my chain. Surrounded by bad bitches, I can't get them out my face. Is it cause a nigga handsome and wealthy? Is it cause a nigga cook like a professor? I don't know how you feel, can you tell me? I won't know how you feel till you tell me. Is it cause a nigga handsome and wealthy? Is it cause I'm a star? It maybe could be my star scale. Got my chain and ring, my Rolex watch, it got 50 carat. It could be QC, or even maybe it's me. It could be there for a while, fly shopping in Beverly. What's on your mind? I'm not Junior Wine. I ain't tryna spend no time. I know my bitch, she so fine, but I don't know what's on her mind. Pay that cost to be a boss. I put on my little bitches playing golf. Young nigga walking with Nina Ross. I'm dropping the bombs like Viacom. I don't know why I came in this club with you, girl. Don't know why I came in with the diamonds on my chain. Surrounded by bad bitches, I can't get them out my face. Is it cause a nigga handsome and wealthy? Is it cause a nigga cook like a professor? I don't know how you feel, can you tell me? I won't know how you feel till you tell me. Is it cause a nigga I'm in London, got my beef from London.
Ice style, no stylish, no Chanel, Saint Laurent, Gucci bag, lifestyle, no stylish, Louis Vuitton, Jimmy Choo, that's on you, diamonds on my neck, frozen tears, hopping out the jet, Lears, bad bitches getting wet, here, yes, don't call me till the checks clear. Fuck they talking about, fast talk, running laps, now I'm not playing it, shit. French vanilla sipping on, lid just picking up, Hong Kong, Morocco, I'm here. No stylish, and I ain't playing with these bitches, they childish. Yeah, look around, they crying. She said I ain't got no heart, bitch.
I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. I'ma always take the money over sex. That's why they need me out the way, what you expect. Got a lot of blood and it's cold. They keep trying to get me for my soul. Thankful for the women that I know. Can't go 50-50 with no hope. Every month I'm supposed to pay her bills and get her what she want. I still got like 7 years of doing what I want. My dad still got child support from 1991. Out of town, people love to pop a lot of shit and come around. Word to Flacco Jody, he done seen us put it down. Niggas asking if I'm cool, I'm upset. 100,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. You tryna check, this is real life, niggas think we playing chess. So what's next? 2 cups. Toast up with the gang. From food stamps to a whole nother domain. Out the bottom, yeah. I'm a living proof. So ain't compromising. $500,000 on the coupe. Drug houses, looking like Peru. Graduated, I was overdue. I'm a pink money. I can barely move. Ask about me, I'm gon' bust a move. Red James, 33 chains, 33. Ocean now, cruising Biscayne, hit fire. Top off, that's a liability. Hit the gas, boosting my adrenaline. Big fire, Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet, big fire. Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet, big fire. Rep the set, yeah. Gotta rep the set, gang. Chase a chick, yeah. Never chase a bitch, big fire. Mask on, yeah. Fucking mask off, big fire. Mask on, yeah. Fucking mask off, big fire.
Rolling, got me stargazing. Sipping on perfume like the bar, baby. Whatever I done, it got me going crazy. Psychedelics got me going crazy. Got me going crazy. Oh no, niggas female, they excellent. All the intelligent, we propelling. Up top with Ellen, a big chopper, kill the jealous. Propane repellent, got me going crazy. On total talent, we brought the section. They keep on calling up, it's getting hectic. Like we projected, so we cut the plug, it's interjected. Got me going crazy. Rolling, got me stargazing. On perfume like the bar, baby. Whatever I done, it got me going crazy. Psychedelics got me going crazy.
I got the moves, oh, I'm making moves. You gotta move, She made that back move, damn. She made the titties move, damn. I made the city move, like whoa. I make the city move. I got the moves, I'm making moves. I got the moves, I'm making moves. You gotta move, She made that back move, damn. She made the titties move, goddamn. I make the city move, I do. I make the city move, I do. Look, give me the ball and I won't have to pass it. I ain't passing out till I'm at. Take a play and then I back to back and hit after hit, check the batting average. I take the work, flip it acrobatic, got a little time and a lot of talent. Do a little talking and a lot of action. Seen the competition, not a challenge. I lean, I move, I walk doing this bitch. Packed out, but I can count on my hands.
Welcome back to Crown Confidential, y'all. We're live in the building. We got Miss Ange, we got DJ Sable over here killing it. Got me twerking in my seat. We got Durga, who's on Insta, Prophet watching Durga on Insta, and then we got Debonair in the background preparing for festivities. And so, Ange, there's a lot of news that I want to tackle, that we discussed earlier. So, let's just get right into it.
Yes, let's. So let's start here. We're gonna take it to Texas. So our prayers are out to this church in Texas. It's called the Church of Christ in White Settlement, Texas. It took place this morning. A shooting took place in church. I actually saw the video. It was very disturbing. It was an individual who shot 2 people, and the church parishioners took out their guns and shot him. So the suspect has been shot, but 2 people have been injured. One was pronounced dead. And I believe the other one went to the hospital and later was pronounced dead as well. Or was serious. He's in critical condition. So the police happened around 10 a.m., a local time there. And they don't have a motive. They don't know what happened. So, there's still more to come when it comes to that shooting. But prayers go out to White Settlement, Texas, and the Church of Christ, because I believe in the video, I guess one of the people that got shot was this young girl's father, and you could hear her screaming, "Daddy, no," in the video. So it's very disturbing to see that. But they were ready in church with their guns.
The person that I will say that the person that interceded and shot was a retired officer. So shout out to that officer for being able to, take the stance that he took and not injure anybody else. Of course, our condolences go out to those affected by this, because I did see the video, but it was so quick. I really don't want to describe it for our viewers who are not into that, right?
Yeah.
But I will say that the right person came in at the right time, and that was really great. So,
Yes,
thank
he
God
was real
for that.
quick with it.
Yeah.
So definitely prayers out to them.
Absolutely. So
The next story we're going to talk about is John Lewis. He's the legislation representative for 5th County, I believe, in Georgia.
Yeah.
He recently announced that he is battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer, but he said he's not lost. He will be fighting this. And, he's a civil rights icon. I've seen many of his speeches where he definitely fights for the people and for injustice. So definitely prayers out to him. Pancreatic cancer is no joke, but, I'm hoping he could beat this, because we definitely need heroes like him out in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the picture. Welcome. But I will say, as someone whose father had stage 4, cancer, and as quickly as things can happen, they told us 3 weeks, right? We have 14 months with him. And so those are the best 14 months of our life. We wanted to do the whole Dr. Sebi diet with him. And then what ended up happening was he said, no, I want to live my life. So take me to the drive-thru, give me my Big Macs, give me my I remember one time after chemo, he was like, yo, I want a #1 with extra everything. I'm like, okay, but Dad, you should be having your greens and your plant-based stuff. And he was like, and I want it with a Coke. And I kept telling him, have your greens and your plant-based stuff. And he was like, no, if this is my treatment, this is what happened to me because I didn't go to the doctor. That's really what happened. And because I didn't get the support I needed, but I'm still going to live my life like it's 1999. So we have 14 months with him, and they were the best 14 months of my life. There was a lot of healing and forgiveness, and I think that what people can learn from, I don't even say death, I say graduation, right? Because
Right.
I say because, this person died. I forgot, Durga had said it before. It was like this person died, or I forgot what the term was. It was just so grave and so like when someone passed away, like, oh, the dead at so-and-so. Like, we often say they're dead or that they died, but really it's a transition, it's a graduation. We don't know my dad is with MJ. My dad is with Tupac. My dad is with Marilyn Monroe.
Celia Cruz.
Celia Cruz. My dad is with Tito Puente. Like, my dad is up there. Like, he's up there. Like, the mixtape. He's with Tupac. He's with Biggie. Like, the mixtape that they got. Having and having, like, so for me, it's not, they lived the life that they desired, right? And so for me, our prayers to his family, he gets to live like that extraordinary life now, even better, right?
Absolutely.
What's the next one, Ange?
So the next story, it's disturbing. We're going to talk about two cases right here. So let's go with this first one. This Wisconsin teen, her name is Crystal Kaiser, is charged with fatally shooting and setting Randall Voller on fire in his Kensho home in June of 2018. She's being held on a $1 million bond. So allegedly, she killed him because he used her for sex trafficking. The teen said when she was 14, Randy Voller started paying her to have sex with him. Then he made her have sex with other men. When his behavior turned violent, he tried to rape her at the age of 16. She shot him in the head and then set his body on fire. So a lot of people are saying this is self-defense. And that she should get off. There is a law, I guess, in Wisconsin that would advocate her for this because of sex trafficking, but the judge disagrees, and he's saying it only applies for prostitutes or child of sex trafficking cases.
Yeah, and so you get to have a good attorney who is going to fight zealously, right? Because remember, I've been in the legal field beforehand, that is going to fight that argument. That's the whole piece. And shout out to her for for shooting him and then burning his body.
So
Gang all
allegedly,
day.
she
Like,
said she
for
got
real.
that from watching
Like,
Criminal Minds.
perfect. But you know what? He already trapped her in his own mind, right? And like, if I had a daughter and someone touched my son and or my child, even thinking about it now, like the kid. Remember, I see kids all day, every day, and if I hear or if I get wind that someone touched one of my kids, I mean, I'm about to set it off Jada Pinkett style. I don't care. That's the whole thing. Like, we black out because we're trying to protect our kids, but then when they black out, they gotta suffer. So now what? You said her bail is what, $1 million? What was her
Yeah.
bail?
$1 million.
$1 million bail.
And if
And-
she's convicted, she could face life in prison.
Yeah, and so this is a call for those who are practicing, right? This is a call for like Kim K. There's a call for Meek. We talk about jail reform. We talk about gun reform. What about reform when it comes to women? Like, this is our body, and y'all just using it however y'all casually want to. Like, I'm going to just do this here. I'm going to do this there. And I'm just going to have my way and let her deal with the consequences on her own. And especially with someone as young, like, they already know what he had been doing beforehand. Like, it's evident,
Yeah,
right?
in fact, it's coincidentally, they were on their way to his house to charge him for sex trafficking, for sex crimes when his house burnt down.
Sister, I said
And they
it.
found his body. But they're saying because she posted it online and was kind of bragging about it, they don't find that to apply to that law. So they're still fighting it. The trial's supposed to start in March, but it may be postponed. So more to come on that story. We'll definitely keep an eye on it to make sure she gets the support she needs. Because, no child should be faced with something like that
Also,
at such a young age.
she didn't know any better, so she did what she knew. That's what people
Yeah.
don't understand. Like, we put these kids, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, in these predicaments, and we expect them to act like adults. And then when they do actually act like adults, we're like, oh, shocking. Like, what are we shocked about? Like, nah, it is what it is. That's what actually happened. And
Right.
so, if she was bragging about it, that's what she knew at that place in that time. And so what? So the F what? You know what I mean? Because the other piece is, where were the adults to protect her to begin with? Like, where was the Amber Alert issue? Nobody saw her at the check cashing place. Nobody saw her in the grocery store, in the bakery. Like, that's the thing. Our
Right.
kids are, and that goes segue to the next story. Our kids are being just, they're taking our kids, and mom after a year gives up hope when, no, your daughter is out there probably doing things that she doesn't want to do, but nobody can find her. No, like, I'm putting
Yeah, I mean, the most disturbing thing about this for me is she was 14 years old and getting paid to have sex with him. Like, where were the adults in her life? Where was somebody caring about what this young woman was doing at such a young age?
For real. Because let me tell you something. I'm from the era that they knew you were missing if, like, the street lights were right about to come on. When they flickered on, I remember my grandmother, God rest her soul, those lights flickered on. And if we weren't in the gates of 1140, we already knew that she was going to find somebody, go somewhere, or take somebody's life. Like, my grandmother was not with the ish. Like, if you were, and we used to play outside in the front, and then we would start from what? It would be like, okay, you're going to go from that post light to that post light. Then you're going to go from that sign to that sign. Then you're going to go from that tree tree. Then you're just going to stay in front of the house as it got darker. And I don't think that we're not being more vigilant with our children. That's the thing. And they're growing up, and they're, and the other thing too is that sometimes mom doesn't even know how to grow up. So because mom didn't grow up, she don't know how to teach her kids to grow up. And so the other piece is that we can't be, me personally, I'm not out here raising other people's children because you don't want to grow up, sis. Because if you don't want to grow up, get yourself into an HTB workshop and we'll support you on what's next, right? But what I'm not going to do, I'm not here to change anybody. That's the piece. Because people want to be, oh, save me, change me. No, sis, you got the answers all in yourself. You know what you did to get to where you are. You manifested that. You created your life. And I think that 2020 is about accountability. 2020 is going to be about accountability. And if you don't like that word, or you don't know how to spell that word, or you don't know how to say that, I'm going to teach you what that word means if you're in my circle. Accountability. Because I want to be held as accountable to the standards that I hold for other people. And what happens is that if we don't hold ourselves accountable, me, myself, how are we going to hold the whole community accountable of these babies that are being kidnapped? Like, sis, take all the seats. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
So that
and
just
the
leads to
segue for the next
story
one.
that I have.
Which is where?
So this is something that's been going around social media. I'm not sure when this happened, but there's a video of a man on the, I think it's a 4 of the 5, in a big old red suit, and a big old red jump off.
The
He had,
six.
you know, he
DJ
looked like
Sable
a big
said the
red.
six.
Talking to this girl who was sleeping, and then at some point in the video, you know, the stop comes up. He literally picks her up and takes her out the train. So she screamed. I guess she was with her boyfriend, and, you know, got back on the train and was like, yo, this dude just tried to take me. Like, it was crazy. Like, first of all, someone videoed that. I don't know what gave him the thought to let me video this dude right here. But the fact that you had the audacity in broad daylight on a train to go ahead and try to kidnap a young woman off the train.
I have a couple of conspiracy theories came up in front of me. One is the validity of the assault that happened, right? Because my thing is this. Dude, you're gonna sit there and watch her get picked up the whole time and not move? Like, if there was somebody, right? If there was somebody in this room that was recording somebody actually getting picked up and thrown over, then you see what's happening. Are you gonna stay on your video, or are you know what I mean? Like, and for me, the person just sat there casually and was like, yeah, that was him. Not yeah, that was him. For me, if this happened in Brooklyn and you was on the corner of Lafayette and if you were on the corner of Lafayette and Bushwick and Broadway, I'm sure that there'd be some kneecapping, or there'd be some, you know, somebody from some mechanic coming out to knock you.
And that's the thing. And, like, her dude was like, I get it, he was asleep, but when she was like, yo, homie tried to take me, he's like, who? And the dude was literally sitting at the stop for like a good 5 minutes before he got up and ran. But she's like, that dude right here, right there. He's like, who? I'm like, yo, he's right in front of you, like right there.
That situation is actually at my train stop. So when that happened, somebody texted me and asked me, like, say, well, like, are you okay? Because this just happened. Make sure you get home safely. Like that's in the Bronx, like at my train stop. But if you look closely at that video,
they found homie and they beat him up.
And you know what's funny? If you look closely at that video, I don't like. This is completely like my speculation, but I think it's kind of like maybe like a homeless runaway kind of situation, because when they picked her up and took her off, and then they yelled at the guy, and then the guy ran, you could see that the guy doesn't have any shoes on. Like when they're on the train, they're kind of sleeping together, and they have something covered in their face. And when a man picks up the girl and takes her out, and the guy comes to save her, he has no shoes on. So I'm assuming that maybe they're like I don't know, in either a shelter or homeless or what have you.
My whole thing is that
whatever.
Too, like, what abductor you know is not gonna run?
Yeah,
The man literally sat there.
Yeah.
The man sat there, and the guy came off the train like, oh, what's going on? First of all, if that was my man, my man is shooting somebody or killing somebody.
Yeah.
You ain't even do nothing. The man was right there. Where he at? Right in front of you.
But what's also funny was that after the man got off the train, the doors closed, and she stops the train doors from closing with her foot. And then she calls her friend over and is like, he just tried to grab me up and stuff like that. I was like, I felt that was kind of weird, because if I was about to get kidnapped and the doors closed, I want us to go. Like, I don't want to stand there and confront the man. Like, maybe that's just me.
And
but
that
the
man
whole,
was big.
yeah, the whole situation was kind of fishy
weird,
to me,
yeah.
because why was he even recording before something happened?
And then the person that's recording, like, where's your common sense to jump in and say something?
Exactly. That was my thing. So, you know, we don't know the full story and the full scope of this. But it's been going around social media, you know. I'm not going to say whether it's facts or not, because I don't know, and we're not going to allege anything. But this man has been found. They beat him up on the streets of the Bronx. And the last video I saw was he was in the hospital, and there were handcuffs on him. So, you know, more to come on the outcome in the situation. But a lot of things I found odd in the video.
I want to take two. Like, if you were really gonna make me believe that, because for me, like you know, DJ Sable said, I would have been panicking. I would have wanted the doors to close. But the other piece is, why as a society does it take that long for us to wake up? Like, Sis was screaming. She was trying to get people's attention. She's half asleep. She just found out what's happened. She's trying to hold the doors open. The conductor's like, stand clear, the closing doors. And she's like, hello, somebody just tried to take me. Hi. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, why that? Like, hello, someone's trying to rape me here, car 6. Can we just, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, she didn't know what to do with herself. And I just think that we get to be a little bit more aware, because it's wild out here.
I mean, he claims in the next video I saw when they were beating him up that, you know, he was trying to help her.
And also, you know, with the NTA, there's only 2 conductors on the train, so you don't know what cart they were in.
Yeah.
There's only the driver of the train, and then there's somebody in the middle of the train. So for the actual MTA to get involved, they probably didn't even see it. So.
They didn't even see it, and it's not their responsibility either, right? That's what we have the MTA cops for, right? But the other piece too is like, clearly, like, you know, DJ Sybil said, like, one of the guys, he had like slippers on his feet. It could have also been that the boy that she was with was beating her ass, and he was trying to get, like, we know there's three sides to a story. There's your side, is their side, and then there's the truth. Right, so we don't know what the background is, right? At the very least, our girls, we get to be vigilant with our girls and let them know, like, to run around with that. You know, they said, I think it's like mace and tasers and all that stuff. You know, you're not able to have that. Get that rape whistle. Like, ladies, like, we should be walking around with some type of protection in our pocket. My aunt always told me, you know, the old school way is to put your longest key in between your middle finger and your index finger, put it like right in between. That
Always have your keys in your hand whenever you're going somewhere. If you're walking to your building, have your keys out ready. Don't sit there and look for your keys through our endless, never-ending, bottomless pit of a bag. Have them in your hand before you walk to your door so that you could be ready to go in and close the door real quick, because that's the quickest way for someone to get in.
And we're never ready for an attack, right? I'm not saying, like, prepare yourself for an attack. I'm not saying that, right? Because this can happen to anybody, anywhere. Like, what I'm saying is that take the right precautions. I'm going to leave you with this before we get to our last article. I went to St. John's University, shout out to the Storm, and one of my professors was an NYPD officer, and he was an officer for 30 years, and then he went into psychology. And he said 98% of the time, when he spoke to his victims, each and every time they said the same thing. I knew I should not have gone down that block. I knew I shouldn't have went that way. Something was in my gut that told me. So ladies, listen, and not even ladies, just in general, listen to your intuition, right? Because we're all subject to it. This is not a show where we're bashing men or no. This is a show where we all get to create awareness for our greatness, right? And so that's that piece. Like, trust your intuition. If that block is phony, don't go down it. Story time? Y'all want a story time about it? I gotta give y'all story time. I swear this is good. Story time. So let me tell y'all story time. So there's this particular block in Brooklyn, right? And I was supposed to be, I told my grandmother, God rest her soul, God rest her. I said, Grandma, I'm going to my best friend's house. She was like, okay. And it was already dark outside, but we were going as a group. So she said, go ahead, go, I trust you. We were going to a boy's house. They had other boys there. So we're walking down Bushwick, and my homegirl's like, let's go down this block. I forgot what block. Let's go down Madison. And I'm like, I don't like going down Madison. They're like, but just cut through so we could get to Evergreen. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go down Madison. They're like, but what is it with you? I'm like, look, I went to this school. I have bad vibes about this block. I hated this block. That was the block that my mother would, like, go down, eat the stop sign, almost kill kids so I could get to the front of the building. Like, I hated that block. The block was just, I don't know what it was. It was my gut. So we walking down. It's me and the crew. It's me, E.T., Durga. We walking down. And we're going on the block. And they're like, why don't you like this block? You know, there's a park here. I'm like, there's something about it. And now there's across the street, there's an old man with his pants out and his whole D out, rubbing it in off, like trying to waggle it and look at it. And he's just like, look at my D. And I said, I told y'all bitches this is why I don't like going down this block. Like, trust my gut. Like, I told y'all we would go see some shit. Now us thirsty hoes are like running down, like, that's not what we want. That's not what we signed up. And he's laughing and he's still jiggling his stuff while we're moving. He did not move from that spot. His D was all out. He made it known. So yes, trust your gut, y'all. That's the whole story. Like, trust your gut. What's the last one, Ange?
The last one we're going to talk about is LeBron James. Yes. So he's been named the male athlete of the decade by Associated Press. Yesterday, Serena Williams was named the female athlete of the decade.
Yes.
So shout out to him. He's been doing a lot of great things. He's doing a lot of great things for the community. Yep. And he's a stellar athlete. So,
you know, I wonder what a world would look like if every single pro athlete created a school in their neighborhood to give back. I wonder if every single pro athlete, right? We're talking about hockey, I'm talking about NFL, I'm talking about NBA, I'm talking about every pro athlete. Imagine if every pro athlete went back to the neighborhood and created a school and did what LeBron did. Like, I can only imagine the communities that would be thriving more. We don't have to freaking beg Nike for $30,000 so we can get basketball so the kids could play. You know what I mean? So I like the fact that LeBron did what he did. Serena, they're no words. She's the GOAT. Like, I'm afraid of her. Like, I've met her before. I didn't take a picture with her, but at CurvyCon, she was there and she came to speak. And I couldn't say anything because it was like, I swear, she looks like, you ever see the Greek goddesses, like when they're about to come up, like, I don't know, like the boys would really know, like how they have the goddesses come up and they just like, I don't know, some Street Fighter shit where it's just like, oh, I am the god, whatever. And they're just like sweating, but it's like it's not even sweat, it's just like Johnson & Johnson coming out and this shit. And they're just standing there and they godlike, like when I saw her, that's what I saw. And she was just in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and I was like, you can't say anything to us. Like, I wanted to say something, but like the fat girl in me was like, no, bitch, have a seat. She gonna tell you to do push-ups or run around the corner of the block. I was like not ready for her. And everyone was like, oh my God, Serena. And it was like, D, pick your jaw up and go pee before you piss on yourself. Like, and she is very much open and welcoming. She was hugging everybody, kissing everybody. But I was all in my feelings. I couldn't get a hug, but I'll get a sponsorship out of you, sis. Angie, thanks for the current events. That was popping.
Absolutely.
For the end of
My
the year,
pleasure.
right? Yes, yes. All right, so folks, DJ Sable's gonna hit us with some tunes. She's gonna hit us with that trap. She over here got us doing some really big things, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about, you know, New Year's resolution. Like, what is it? Why is it? Why do we still talk about it? Like, it's a new decade, new me.
I don't even do it.
Like, oh my God, new year, new me. No, sis, you're gonna be the same person February 7th. I guarantee it. Like, you going back to the same shit. Sis. Like, why are you playing games?
And then, like 3 days later, I already messed up. I'll try again next year.
Exactly. Like, yeah, like the diet for the diet, right? The meeting for the meeting. All right, so DJ Sable, take us out. We'll be back on live, folks, on Crown Confidential Radio.
Who you a fool for this? Oh Lord, Jesse made another one. Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah. The first nigga play on my body, a nigga. I just check my balance, I probably pull up to your hood and come buy me a nigga. No cap. You know that your hoe told you that nigga crazy. Don't think that she lied to you, nigga. Bitch, get caught with your hoe when I'm popping them both. Now they hot just like Bobby and Whitney. Say I'm the GOAT, act like I don't know. But fuck it, I'm obviously winning. Don't make me go hit the bank and take out 100 to show you our pockets is different. I'm out with your bitch and I only want knowledge. She got a little mileage, I'm chillin'. You disrespect me and I beat your ass up all in front of your partners and children. I'm the type that let nigga think that I'm broke until I pop out with $1 million. And take 20K and put that on your head and make one of your partners come kill you. Yeah. Say fucking with me, then he gotta grow up, cause this nigga gotta be killed. This shit here can't fit in my pocket, I got it, like I hit the lottery, nigga. I slap the shit out of nigga, no talking, I don't like to argue with niggas. I don't. Ain't gonna be no more laughing, you see me whip out, cause I'm gonna be the shot me a nigga. No cap. I don't follow no bitches on IG, but all of your bitches, they following nigga. And that little nigga ain't gonna shoot shit with that gun, he just pull it out in his pictures. Bitch. Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah. I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah. Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah. I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure.
Look, I just flipped the switch.
Got like 32,000 in one of my pockets.
I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Body start to drop, ayy, hit the floor. Now they wanna know me since I hit the top. Ayy, this a rolling, not a stop. Watch shit don't never stop. This the flow that got the block hot. Shit got super hot. Ayy, give me my respect. I just took it left like on ambidex. Bitch, I moved through London with the Euro steps. Got a sneaker deal and I ain't break a sweat. Catch me cause I'm gone. Out of there, I'm gone. How I go from 6 to 23 like I'm LeBron. Serving up a pack. Niggas pulling gimmicks cause they scared to rap. Funny how they shook. Got these niggas shook. Pulling back the curtain by myself, take a look. I'm a bar spitter. I'm a hard hitter. Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm still a dark nigga. I'm a wig splitter. I'm a tall figure. I'm a unforgiving, wild ass dog nigga. Something wrong with him. Got him all bitter. I'm a bill printer. I'm a grave digger. Yeah, I am what I am. I don't have no time for no misunderstandings again. This a rolling, not a stop. Watch shit don't never stop.
Walk up in the thing, I be on my game. If it's competition, I put them to shame. Different kind of chick, we are not the same. I raised all these babies, call me Captain Jackson. Please don't steal my style, I might cuss you out. What you doing now? I did for a while. Missy, 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 go ahead, let it slap. I'ma snatch they wigs till I see that scab. Booty, booty claps, flying across the map. Lambo on the block, looking like a snack. I show you how I do it, show you how it's done. Don't look for another Missy, cause there be no another one. Watch me, throw it back, 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 throw it back, throw it back, throw it back, watch me, 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 throw it back, throw it back, throw it back.
Hey, wah, she give me what I wanna. Ball so hard, need a warm up. I back that at the warm up. Yeah. Big time stunner, I'm out here on the come up. I beat the pussy drummer, I roll up, no more drama. Yeah. Wah, she give me what I wanna. Ball so hard, need a warm up. I back that at the warm up. Yeah. Big time stunner, I'm out here on the come up. I beat the pussy drummer, I roll up, no more drama. Super stomp dummy, should be in a Special Olympics. Pocket so fat that I need belly total fitness. Feet so fat I hit the pedal, blew the engine. V12, ducking 12 like licenses suspended. She's a slobber, all on my knob, corner cobbler. Hey, sweet thing, and that pussy tastes like peach cobbler. I'ma never ever take her to me, mama. Just got a line up, and just added 2 more to my lineup. Big money, why you always standing on your wallet? Profit, I just made another one, I'm college. Stop it, just ask me what I do with my stacks. Just bought a wall for a plaques and a new bra for some smacks. Hey, wah, she give me what I want. Ball so hard, need a warm up. I back that at the warm up. Yeah. Big time stunner, I'm out here on the come up. I beat the pussy drummer, I roll up, no more drama. Yeah. Wah, she give me what I wanna. Ball so hard, need a warm up. I back that at the warm up. Yeah. Big time stunner, I'm out here on the come up. I beat the pussy drummer, I roll up, no more drama.
Step my money fast and go fast, like a Lambo. I be jumping out the stage, oh, jumping, hey. Crowd better save us. I can't believe we made it. This is what we made. This is what we're thankful. This is what we think. I can't believe we made it. This is a different thing. Hey, ever seen a crowd going ape shit? Give me my check. Put some respect on my check. Pay me in equity. Watch me reverse out of dicks.
Welcome back, guys, to Crown Confidential. D here and Miss Ange. Woo woo. Really excited to be here. So we're gonna talk New Year's resolutions, and I'm glad that we got the people in the building that we have in the building. So, Ange, like, why are we still making New Year's resolutions? Answer me that.
No, I don't know. I stopped making a New Year's resolution in like 2010 because I'm like, this is whack. I never follow through. Like, it's just stupid. Like, if I'm gonna commit to myself, let me be authentic and commit to myself in my time. When I'm ready, not when the new year comes, because I'm still in the same bull that I was the day before. Nothing changed in a day. Like, nothing magical is gonna happen and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. No. If you really about it, do it now. Don't wait for the new year. If you want to make a change in your life, make it happen now.
Okay. DJ Sable, why are we still making New Year's resolutions? Why do you think we're still making New Year's resolutions?
Honestly, I think that time is, not to get all philosophical, but I think time is kind of a man-made concept. We believe that every year is a new beginning, but honestly, every tomorrow is really just a yesterday waiting to happen, if that makes sense. But basically, I think we make New Year's resolutions because we like the idea of starting over, starting fresh, of coming to a place in which we want to change something or improve something. I made a couple of New Year's resolutions this year that I've already broken, but that's why you start it before New Year's.
That's true.
You get it out the way, and that's why when the New Year comes, you can try and start it over again. But I can tell from the reason why I do it is honestly because I like to make goals and I like to achieve my goals. But in terms of New Year's resolution, I think the reason why a lot of us get discouraged because we make some that are really impossible. I think we do a lot of things cold turkey, like I'm gonna stop doing this, or I'm gonna go to the gym every day, or I'm gonna stop eating meat, or or I'm gonna stop drinking, whatever it is. Sometimes we do things like so just jumping in with both feet forward that you're not realizing that it takes time to develop a habit or to stop a habit, and it really takes a lot of determination and will, but it's a slow process, and we have to allow ourselves to get there. But I think a lot of people make New Year's resolutions because there's a lot of things that they want to change, and they feel like January 1st is the time to change it.
If I wouldn't know she was gonna say all that, I would have just had her do the whole segment. Like she said,
right.
Like she's like, well, time is a man-made concept. I'm like, all right, hold on, sis. Like, she got real philosophical. And no, but it's true.
That was real philosophical. I have you over here like, go ahead, DJ, say
I was taking notes and stuff. I'm like, hold on a second. No, it is true. So, so Debonair, why do you think that we still make these resolutions? Like, why do you think people still believe in the concept? Why do you make resolutions?
I think that everybody's trying to be better every day. We go through so much, and we take it on the chin, and we don't say much, and we don't share with family members and friends. And we want to have something to look forward to. We want to have a fresh start. So, a lot of people psych themselves out and, try to start from the drawing board. But for me, I feel like, it's just a way to look back at how far you came along. Maybe you lost some friends, maybe you was at a point in your time where you didn't have any work or have any place to live, and you're like, damn, I got a job now, and I'm gonna do this now. You scratching off your bucket list. Yeah. So there's pros and cons to it, but just happy to be alive for the most part.
I like that gratitude. I think that we make New Year's resolutions to, set goals, set a standard for the year coming. Some people hit the standards, some people don't. I think it's not being about the beat up. I have a list here that I'm going to share with you guys at the end, and I think that for me, resolutions, I think that it's just about the new beginning, about knowing that I think that a resolution gives us hope that there's something new on the other end. Because if we keep thinking the same old mentality, the same old thing, that same old drive, then that's what's going to keep showing up for us. But if we know that there's a resolve, that there's something new and bigger at the other end, there's another goal, that can breathe life into us, right? Especially if we have an artist. Okay, I'm going to sell 1,000 copies. All right, now that I sold 1,000, let me sell 5,000. Now I sold 5, let me sell 10. Now I sold 10, right? It's really setting those goals and the what's next. So that's what I think resolutions are for. Do we stick to them? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So why do we make resolutions that we continue to break, Ange?
Good question.
I know, right?
I think it's just we're maybe not authentic when we're making those resolutions. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, join the gym and go every day. When in reality, you're not gonna go every day. You're barely gonna go like twice in the time that you have your membership. I think we're just not realistic when we set those goals and don't realize the effort that has to go into making those goals happen.
I like that. And for me, I think that we make them and break them because that's just life. I don't think that we give ourselves enough grace. You know what I mean? I think that that's just life, that we don't give ourselves enough grace, that we're like, hey, you know what? I lost a pound. That's wonderful. No, I only lost a pound. And then that becomes a narrative, right? And so, Ange, how do you think that we can change our habits, right? How do you think we can change our habits where because everyone's like, oh my God, it's a new decade. No, it's 2020, got it, right? Everyone's like, oh, clear vision, 2020. It's like, okay, great.
I think it's really setting a pace for yourself, being real with yourself, knowing what your limits are, what you can realistically contribute to, and then setting milestones along the way. Like, all right, I have, a goal of this. If you have a business, putting money towards your marketing, selling however many units by this date, and just writing down little milestones to get to that goal, and just being authentic with yourself and saying, what can I realistically reach? on this goal that I've set for myself.
I love that. I love that. So DJ Sable, tell us like, why are we like now you opened up like the third eye chakra, sis. Like you lit the incense. You lit the incense in the room, right? Like you really did. Like you opened it up, right? You opened up yonis and chakras and all that, right? And so why do you think I did, right? So why don't we have enough grace with ourselves? Why do we, because you're coming from a level of spirituality that, some people, they don't understand that reach, right? There's a different reach, right? That requires a lot of personal growth, development, meditation, whatever it is that you're doing. You're juicing, you're walking your dog, you're on a city bike, whatever that looks like, right? But why in our world, especially in our community, why do we beat ourselves up so much?
Honestly, I think it's because we individualistically all feel like we have a purpose, or at least I hope everyone feels like they have a purpose or a reason to be on this earth, and therefore that creates in us a striving, something that we're reaching for, something that we're moving. We can't stop, we can't rest. We always feel like we have to be something, be better, be somebody else, and in that way, because we always feel like we're not quite there yet, we don't have grace for ourselves. We don't have patience with ourselves. We don't respect sometimes the process it takes to get to be that person that we want to be. And we're not, I'm glad that we brought up being grateful gratitude earlier, because we're not grateful for the people that we are now. We're not grateful for how far we've come now. We have so many people who are younger than I am. I'm only, 25 in my eyes. I feel like I'm old, but there are kids who are younger than me. They're like that have all this anxiety and have all this depression and feel have all this low self-esteem. And it's like, even though you're only 20, 21, however old you are, it's still, you learn so much and you've grown so much in that time. I'm a completely different person than I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, And if I'm always constantly looking at what I'm not, I'm never going to appreciate what I have become and what I have done. 2019 was very, very rough for a lot of people, me included. Throw the whole year away for me. I give that year 1 star, but I can honestly say that I'm different than how I was at the end of 2018. And if I'm constantly looking at the goals that I set for myself at the beginning of the year that I didn't achieve this year, then I'm not going to be appreciative of the things that I did achieve. So, it all takes a time about self-reflecting, remembering not just like where you're going, but remember how far you've been. And then after a while, you'll start to give grace to yourself. After a while, you'll start to respect how strong you were through all these years.
Stephanie, how do you give grace to yourself, right? You set these goals in the beginning of the year, right? 1/1/19. Oh, hallelujah, yeah, right. We crying. Dick Clark is there, his people, the whatever, right? And then what happens? J-Lo comes on, Mariah can't sing, all that other stuff. Mariah, I love you, sis. Right? All that stuff happens, right? And now it's 2:30, and we're like, our bank accounts still look the same, things. So how do we have like grace with ourselves? Or how do you have grace with yourself?
Well, you set goals, and you always try to have a format or a formula to get to that goal. And you don't plan for the wrenches in the plan, you know what I'm saying? You don't plan for the unexpected. You give grace by going through those unexpected moments, coming out on top, and still going forward towards the goal that you set out in the first place. I think it's cool to stop and breathe and celebrate the small victories and then get back on the path. So, you get a little promotion, you do something for your child that maybe you didn't get when you was young, or something small that might be big to that person or whatever. Celebrate the small victories. Take a moment and breathe, and then get back on the path to where you want to be.
I like that. And we know how you have grace with yourself, because you take 2.5 hours to get ready every day, and she lotions every part of her body. Sis, I don't know how you walk down a banister and there's not like a whole track of lotion. Like Angie just moisturized.
Because you put enough. The trick is you got to put enough so that your body absorbs it. Don't be too extra with it. You're not frying chicken. You're not frying yourself in chicken.
Angie,
grease.
I feel like if I scratch like the surface of you, cocoa butter would just come off. Like you're just always so moisturized and like glistening.
Not cocoa butter, Shea.
Shea, you see what I mean? I can't say it. So how do you have grace with yourself other than moisturizing?
You know, how do I have grace with myself? I just try to remember that I am human, and I make mistakes, and mistakes are healthy. And mistakes are a learning period, and I now know better, so that next time I'm not going to be doing the same mistake. I just always try to forgive myself for the wrongs that I've done within the year, and not look at it as, oh, you failed this, you failed that. No, you took the time to do what you needed to do for yourself. That wasn't the path that you were supposed to take. Now you're on a path that is going to lead you to what your desires and your purpose are or is. But just really, try to show myself some forgiveness. Yeah, and be okay with the mistakes that I've made.
Yeah, I think that being okay with mistakes is really important too. So we're going to wrap this segment up. I have a very special gift for all of you that are my clients, that are waiting to hear what Coach D has to say about resolutions, right? They're always looking for Coach D for the answers. I had a client call me today. We had a 2.5-hour conversation about self-worth and love. And it ended up being exactly what it was. I want love, but I don't want to get hurt. I want fame, but I don't want everybody to know about my priors. I want the money, but I don't want the problems, right? And so I have adopted the Crown Confidential Commandments to how you get to command 2020. And so it is the top 10 commandments, right? And we're going to start with number 10. Number 10, thou shalt practice the art of receiving. One of the biggest things that I was not able to do this year was receive. And because I wasn't able to receive, what ended up happening was I started receiving from the wrong people at the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong thing, right? And so that did not serve me at all. So practicing the art of receiving. The next piece, number 9, thou shalt drinketh the water. Let's drink more water, folks, right? Because we out here, our faces are cracked, we're dehydrated. We're drinking Henny every single solitary night, and it's just not working out for us. I was like, really, so story time, I started partaking in the Hennessy a little bit too much. And I noticed that, when I was drinking other things, I wasn't as, dehydrated, and I'm like, wait a second. Hennessy, ginger ale, water. Let me mix that up. So thou shalt drinketh the water in 2020. Number 8, thou shalt learneth thy lesson of the day by 11:59. If you haven't learned your lesson by 11:59 that day, something is wrong. I went through 8 cars in the last 8 weeks, and I learned 8 different lessons at 8 different times in my life, right? When fear set in and I was in places and mountains that my car wasn't supposed to climb, God brought me down hills and had me next to a tow truck. So you get to learn your lesson by the end of the day. So thou shalt learn it the lesson. Number 7, thou shalt respect thy brother and sister always. We are too busy out here disrespecting our women are disrespecting our men are disrespecting our women are disrespecting themselves, our men are disrespecting ourselves. Can we just all get along for the sake of getting along so that we can create this movement called the Shmoney movement, right? The generational wealth movement, because when we put somebody else down, it's because hurt people, that's right? And so we get to respect each other in 2020. And for me, if you're not part of that, then you're not part of what we're going to create. That's the big piece for me. Number 6, thou shalt not get high on our own supply. That includes if you make wigs, the wigs get to go to your customers, not to you. If you're making an album, release all the music. If you are smoking and you're selling that, make sure you sell what you need to sell so that you can make it back. You are not getting high on your own supply in 2020. Biggie taught us a long time ago. I think that that's really something important, right? Let's share the wealth. That's important. Number 5, thou shalt seek its support and not crieth alone. Sis, I've had this year, I don't know how many times I cried alone. And then I wrote this on Facebook. All the things I missed being in my feelings this year. So really, I think that 2020, if you want a clearer vision for your eyes, then seek support around you. I think that's important. Number 4, thou shalt not beat thyself up when things don't work out. I think that it's really important that if it doesn't work out, you learn how not to do it the first time. Right? And then let's do something different the second time. I think that that's really important. I think number 3, these are the top 3 and these are great. Number 3, thou shalt fuck it up at least once. that means that you did something. You didn't try, you did it, right? If you're not in that place where you are doing something, then you're not even trying, right? Because it's doing and trying are two different. Oh, I tried to. No, sis, either you made the phone call or you didn't. Make sense? Number 2, thou shalt not call our ex on January 2nd. If we're leaving him and he is abandoned in 2019, right? Let's not make that phone call and say, like, hey, nope, there's not my man, right? Like, we don't want no MSNs carrying or big buddies carrying into the second. So thou shalt not call our ex. Let me write that ish down real good, right, Angie? And then number 1, thou shalt not give up. Don't give up. Like, you know, you can really easily give up on the 15th. You can give up on the 8th of January. You can give up on March 20th. It doesn't matter. However, there are people that are relying on you in your circle and are depending on you to not give up so that they don't give up. So really, you know, really be mindful of, like, your what's next. So for my clients that were looking for free coaching, that's it, sis. We're not doing free in 2020. Thou shalt not get high on our own coaching. So make sure you take those commandments. I'm really excited because we're ready with him, right? So we are ready. I just want to jump into Debonair's music right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play intro, right? And lately, off of this album, Dopamine, can I say that I have downloaded some really amazing stuff. Like, I love I'll Go Back. I love Frank Sinatra. I love Mia Lauryn Hill. I love freestyle music. Like, I was listening to My Way on the way. Like, every time a car breaks down, I listen to My Way. I did it my way, right? So I have, like, a lot. Like, I listen to every, like, when Durga goes into, when sisters go into my phone, they're like, yo, your music is lame sometimes, right? Because it goes back. But, like, when I say, like, Durga said, download the album. I'm like, all right, I got it. She's like, no, you need to download the album. And then I fell asleep and I kept your stuff on loop. And it was like, God was like moving me. And then you have a song called On God, right? And I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to listen to this album. When I tell you, my Crown Confidential folks who are listening, you want to stay tuned because not only is the album great, the feel is great, it just got like a pimp smack vibe. Like, I just want to smack a pimp in the face for smacking a pimp in the face. Like, that's how I feel about it. And what I love is that it's real, genuine New York hip hop. You know what I mean? And so I am, like, really grateful for, like, to end, like, not even end the year, but start the new year with this bang, right? Called the Dopamine Project. I love it. I'm in love with it. So let's play some music, and we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna be interviewing Debonair live here on Crown Confidential.
Welcome. Yeah. That dopamine. That dope, I mean. Yeah. Take your seats. Most wanted, known for the juice like Orenthal. Trying to get away with murder, so you know the gloves involved. Forget a shooter, keep a baddie down to take a charge. Switching up her wigs on the run while we at large. She a rider, she finessing while I ride up. A life we never chose, but it's all about survival. Where I'm from, your idols often turn your rivals. When they got it out the mud, scrap, I'm coming for the title. All that gunplay in your raps might indict you. Everybody gang until that paperwork finds you. Feds sing along the tracks only just to spite you. Interrogation room laughing it up while they remind you. Sometimes the ties that bind you be the ties that get you tied too. All the snakes claiming to stand tall with a cycle. It's a reality that and reality rap. Like y'all really can't rap, it's a rap, get the strap. All them chains and the medallions got you wildin', that's a fact. Falsified identities, it's funny how they act. Before it's WrestleMania, you gotta see the mat. Whole gym floors trying to get it off from scratch. But this, that euphoria, dopamine that I brought for you. No pills, just an appeal, I open doors for you. Third eye twitching, dimensions to get the forming up. This, that, woke in the Hotel California. I got the formula, corny cats in my cornea. Shining bright like a diamond, but really cubic zirconia. Illin' for me, your boy ill, he just warming up. Call this an awakening, unless y'all rock long enough. Y'all rock long enough. Yes, the dopamine is here. Yeah. City lights, Jill the architect. You're ready. Brooklyn. Amazing. It's here. We here. Take your seats. Dope. Yeah. Lately you been giving off a vibe. I can't help but feel like something's off for real. I can't deal without you by my side. You're the only thing and everything I need for real. If I hit you, babe, I know you down to ride. Can nobody tell me different? I'm in awe for real. Can we please just get it back? I miss the vibe. Shorty, love is all we need. That's how I feel for real. That's how I feel. How you feel? Love is all we need. Love is all we need for real. That's how I feel. How you feel? Can we get back to the loving? Get back to the loving. Lately I've been feeling the vibes off. Changing your demeanor got me thinking that love's lost. I put up everything to make it work. Forget cause we owe it to ourselves to make it work. It might cost. So tell me what's the deal? Shorty, please keep it real. Truth gon' hurt, but your boy gon' heal. I ain't even worried, cause I know that we can build. I ain't even out here trying to play the field. I just need some answers, I don't do the guessing. If you feel something, say something, stop the stressing. We had a good run, and if it's done, it was a blessing. I feel it's worth saving, if you with it, then no question, no question. Lately you been giving off a vibe. I can't help but feel like something's off for real. I can't deal without you by my side. You're the only thing and everything I need for real. If I hit you, babe, I know you down to ride. Can nobody tell me different? I'm in awe for real. Can we please just get it back? I miss the vibe. Shorty, love is all we need. That's how I feel for real. That's how I feel. How you feel? Love is all we need. Love is all we need for real. That's how I feel. How you feel? Can we get back to the loving? Get back to the loving. You say you're scared I'ma leave. Well, I'm scared you won't believe that a kingdom ain't a kingdom if it don't possess a queen. I know you're strong without me, babe, but we stronger as a team. All I wanna do is spoil you with the fun of things. I done dealt with karma, I'm feeling you, lady love. Ever since we been official, everything be looking up. I ain't trying to gas you up, I'm just keeping in the buck. I'm trying to fit you for a ring, start looking for a tux. I was thinking about me, now I'm thinking about us. I was chosen off a lie, then I fell in love with trust. I rest my soul with them, babe, I put it on love. So tell me what you need, I'll be ready to give it up. Yeah. So tell me what you need, I'll be ready to give it up. Yeah. So tell me what you need, tell me what you need. Lately you've been giving off a vibe. I can't help but feel like something's off for real. I can't deal without you by my side. You're the only thing and everything I need for real. If I hit you, babe, I know you down to ride. Can nobody tell me different? I'm in awe for real. Can we please just get it back? I miss the vibe. Shorty, love is all we need. That's how I feel for real. That's how I feel. How you feel? Love is all we need. Love is all we need for real. That's how I feel. How you feel? Can we get back to the loving? Get back to the loving. Get back to the loving. Get back to the loving.
Welcome back, guys, to Crown Confidential. We got Miss Ange live from Tampa.
What?
Sis, you gotta get it together. Either you're gonna do the horns or you're gonna do the what. Like.
Why can't I do both, though? I could do both. I'm versatile.
All right, so then you do the what in the beginning and then the horns at the end. I just need to come.
Why you try? Why? I could do when I want.
That's why you're my friend. We got DJ Sable here, and we are live with our artist, our guest, Debonair. You just heard the 2 tracks intro, the intro to Dopamine, and you also heard Lately, one of my favorite songs. And so I just wanna have a vibe right now, because I wanna. You know, I always thought, like, you know, when I watch other people when other people are interviewed, I'm like, the questions are not on track with what I want to know as a listener, as a fan. And so, my first question is, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
Shoot, when I heard Ready to Die, just heard Big telling stories, and I heard Hov, and then I did research, and I went back and I heard Slick Rick and Big Daddy Kane. I just love the art of storytelling. I love beats, the melodies. It's like putting a puzzle together. So It's basically once I heard Notorious B.I.G., I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Biggie will do that to you.
Yeah,
like, Biggie will do that to you. He'll be like, whoa. You'll be like, hold on a second. I got to hear the rest of what he has to say, right? Yeah, that's what I do love the art of storytelling. I think that that's one of the greatest things that evolved around hip-hop was the art of storytelling. And so tell us about the name. Like, why did you choose the name that you chose?
Dopamine, if you know what that is a chemical in the brain that brings excitement and joy. It's half of dope. It's dope. It's everything that's dope. It's something that's scientific. It's something to make. I wanted the people to go back and Google it. I have the actual chemical bond in writing that I'm having. I'm making hoodies and shirts and things like that. I want people to be in tune with enjoyment. And the album is ups and downs, it's highs and lows, but at the end of the day, you come out on top. You hear great material, and it gives you a feel of excitement.
What makes you unique as an artist?
For one, you'll find a very limited person in my music. Some of the hardest bars, hardest verses. There's no bitches and hoes in none of my music. And I love to make people think. Press rewind, go back. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a generic bar like, the Cat in the Hat and all of that and some 808s. No, you're gonna have to do some homework. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
If you everybody's on Netflix and got the Fire Stick, so you watching movies. I flip some movies. I like to do that and then be at a show and watch the people. Oh my God, what you saying about Captain Marvel, this, that, and the third? Yeah, I like to nerd out too. So it's a jambalaya of everything.
And tell the folks, where are you from? Or where you repping?
Fort Greene, Brooklyn, in the
Okay,
house.
okay, I see you.
Bed-Stuy, Clinton Hills, all that. Myrtle Avenue.
Oh, I didn't even, you know what's crazy? I really thought that you were going to say Harlem, USA. Like, I've been perfecting my, shake. Like, I just felt Harlem vibes for me the whole time. And I was, professing the Harlem. Nah, really, I didn't. Yeah, I've been too focused on, the thing is that the album's been on repeat. And then when I play any song on my playlist, one of his songs is A.Y.I, right? A. But the thing is, that's the first song that plays, so it plays on repeat. So I'm not trying to figure out where you from. I'm just vibing to the music. But it's a real, like I said, for me, it was I don't know, I felt like you were this is my feel. This is my take on it. I felt like it was you were the R&B guy for Dipset. You know what I mean? It's real hard and real gully, but at the same time, it's come here, ma. Come on, ma. So that's what I felt. So you're from Brooklyn, awesome. So, I want to ask two-part question. I want to know who inspires you as far as artists, and then what keeps you inspired.
Well, who inspires me? I got a top 5. I'll just say it real quick. Styles P, Jay the Kids, Redman, Jay, and as far as the new guys, I like Travis Scott. And you said what inspires me?
Yeah. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you? Yeah.
This is life. Before I used to ghostwrite. I didn't have the confidence at first in my bars and stuff like that, and just knowing where to go to perform and how to be heard. I had a lot of people just giving me the runaround. But I come to find out that they knew that I had something and they just kept me at bay.
Yeah.
That's why my start was late, But as they say, I wish they didn't have a stamp on hip hop, but that's what it is.
I think to just support you, it came right on time. You know what I mean? Because that's the evolution of lyricism and of an artist. You're supposed to come out when you're supposed to come out and be where you're supposed to be at that time. You know what I mean? So you're right where you're supposed to be, at a place where I think that the evolution of hip hop is this complex maze of stuff, right? You got this type of music, and when it would just be one thing coming from one place, and it's just that one one sound. So I think that that's important, and I think that I like the great part that you said, that confidence piece. So especially for our young, because I mentor a lot of young men, and they think that, they're going to get on the mic and it's that, who's the top 5 artists? Dylon, Cat in the Hat, in the back, I see you with your mom in the back, I'm trying to keep up with I'm just trying to keep up with the sounds. Like I feel like we scatting sometimes. Like, for real. Yeah, pow. And then I can't roll my R's. Like I remember going to a showcase, and I believe we were at the same showcase. And it was like, and I was like, ooh, and like, do we make like, is there a dance involved with the click clack? And then I'm like trying to change my hands without getting shot too, cause you know I know what it is. I'm from Brooklyn, right?
I believe they write that down.
Yeah, they do. And so to my youngins out there, yeah. Yeah, and so to my youngins out there, like what, you know, I don't even say starving artists, I say up and coming. What would you tell a young up and coming artist about how they can really support themselves and propel their careers?
I say always be humble, keep your eyes open. You got 50 dudes on the stage, and if they don't all know the words, then why they here? You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of performances, and there's 30 dudes on stage, and homie don't know the name. He probably even borrowed that man's belt. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done that. You gotta be aware of the leeches and who's not really there for you. Always work on your craft, perfect your craft. Or network, please network. Don't you know, you get a couple of likes on Instagram, maybe you met a few celebrities. That don't mean you can't still network. You know what I'm saying? You go to these showcases, y'all performing, y'all dip. Another no-no. You know what I'm saying? Some of these things be competitions. You ain't even know it was a competition. You left early, you could have had a radio interview. You could have met a producer, got a free beat, a new place to record. But y'all bring your whole team out, y'all smoking blunts, y'all go record, it looked hot on Instagram, you left the whole show and missed out on opportunities. So I would say patience, humbleness, keep your eyes open, and network.
I love that. I think that's a big part of building relationships with businesses is the networking piece. A lot of us don't like to do that. Networking, and my big thing is like the follow up. Ugh, I hate the follow up. Like I gotta write you an email, tell you who I am, tell you what we did last night. So with that being said, where do you see hip hop now? Like as an artist, where do you physically, emotionally, like where do you see hip hop right now?
Because of social media, it's like a free for all, man. I mean, anything could go viral and could shift the whole energy. Look how bars are coming back because of Benny the Butcher and the Griselda gang. Like it's a whole kind of shift. Like they're not letting you ride with just the trap. Some guys, it has to be a new sound. Look at Pop Smoke, that's a whole different sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a trap rock kind of thing. It's different. You have to, when you change the sound, it's like you're making an argument for yourself, and you're actually making like another different lane, a different genre. I mean, that's what hip hop is right now. It's like a free for all, and everybody is fighting for their position and fighting for their sound. And I enjoy it. You gotta, even though you don't gotta work as hard, you still gotta work as hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the social media, you can pop like that, but still in all, nobody don't know the backstory.
No,
you
that's
know what
the
I'm
thing.
Saying? So.
Yeah, they see the 10K, the 100K followers. Like you know, it's so funny. I was looking and I'm like, oh, we got to get him the material so people know that he's on. Then I'm like, oh, wait, you got 9,000. Like you have, you know, there's some clout out there, right? But people don't understand when you started with one. And so this, you know, tell the people, like, how did you build your own? How did you like navigate? Because you started out with one follower, believe it or not, right? So how did you, you know, pave the way for yourself?
Just make the people sick of seeing your face. The hashtags work. You know, I did look up what everybody's checking out. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Brooklyn, NYC, hip hop, underground, hashtag those things. I'm telling you it works. I met 5 other dudes that go by the name Black Blue Swain. I've met another 3 dudes with the same name as me in Miami. This dude is locked up in Virginia, and he saw my page and he sent me like 15 followers.
Yeah.
Yo, man, he out here doing this thing. He got the same name. He about the same shit. Yo, follow this man. Download this. It's all about. And I don't know if you're an artist. Please don't have your page private. I don't know. How, you know, people are not gonna find you. Leave your personal stuff for your Facebook. Make sure that you're not just eating sandwiches on Instagram every day. I mean, that's cool.
Let's be 100.
I want to hear your material. Be creative. Videos. You know, pop out the different shows. Support other artists is another big thing that you guys got to do out here. You know, pop out at somebody else's show. Be seen. Take pictures with other people. At them. Oh, okay, bam, bam. All right, that's another follower. Their audience becomes your audience. So it's all about I go back to networking. I go back to popping out the showcases, and just being active is the key word.
Yeah, and I think that that's a big piece. You know, I find that especially with the younger generation, they just want to perform. Like, they don't care if it's 5 people in front of them. They just want to perform. I told you that. All that stuff, right? They just want to perform, be in front of their people, and be drunk and be like, okay, great. And I think that then the next wave of artists, right, which is where my heart is, right, that wave wants to really connect with people who connect with their music so that they, you know, because I think that part of us writing music and being creative is therapeutic, right? We're getting out something in us that we want to share with the world, right? And so, like, even seeing that, I feel like there's a sense of fame, right? But then there's also a sense of, like, lyricism where we are, where we want to hear the lyrics and the content and all that other stuff. And I think it's great gems that you're dropping, right? Networking and leveraging social media. That's what people don't understand, like, the art of leveraging. Now people will go on your page because they respect you as an artist and as a lyricism. What are like your deal breakers? Like, what are you not going to do as an artist? Like, what have you know, because a lot of times we're up and coming artists and we have 2 followers and we have 2 likes and we're out here, right? But then we're doing things to compromise our values. So what are you not going to do as an artist?
Compromise myself. I know my brand. I'm not going to put on an outfit or do a song and dance that I know that's not me. It's not authentic to who I am. Just to gain an audience that, you know, will probably just be with me during the white hot spot, and as soon as another white hot spot come along, they jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
God damn, bro, you just you already did what you did, so you can't even go back to your real loyal fans. So now you stuck in a weird place.
Yeah.
You know, never compromise who you are, and that's something that I definitely won't do. I stick to who I am. I stick to punching. I never talk about shooting. Like, I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm gonna call somebody. I never said that. I never did. You
that
hear
too,
me
right?
say that?
Yeah, I'm not. Yep.
I know, and it's ways to get around. It's ways to talk fly and talk slick and use your bars without being something that you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we lost that sense of authenticity and
and then they check you, and then it's
like, they do.
Well, you was throwing up blues and reds in the videos, and then you know all the gang codes in the last song I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not you're not a Crip. We already jumped you. We already put it on Instagram because that's what you was flying.
Yeah.
But you not, you know, never compromise who you are and never do anything for the clout.
Yeah, I think that 6ix9ine showed, like, hip-hop. Like, if anyone showed, like, hey, this is what hip-hop is and this is what can happen when you compromise who you are for money, like, I think that that's important. And I think that we're so busy compromising ourselves for money that, like, how much are you willing to compromise for yourself? Like, some people are willing to lose their identity with that. And I think that, you know, those are the things that happen. But we're going to get into your next 2 tracks. I'm super excited. So we have A coming on, and what was the other track I said? Vibes. Yeah, I love Vibes. So we're gonna play those 2 songs, and then we're gonna come back. And I want to talk about the body of work that is your album, right? Because that's really inspiring. Like, the album itself is a really dope piece. It's really curated well. Like, just the way that it's even set up from what I'm gonna listen to next. So I'm really excited about introducing these next 2 songs, guys. We are live with Debonair on Crown Confidential, and we will be right back after these tracks. Stay tuned. We're live again, Crown Confidential. Thanks for the
We hope you've enjoyed this journey through sound.
Yeah.
Shorty got me feeling like the go. Hit my line to tell me where to go. Promise you gon' love it where we go. Promise you gon' love me, don't let go. Shorty got me feeling like the go. Hit my line and tell me where to go. Promise you gon' love it where we go. Promise you gon' love me, don't let go. Shorty got me feeling like the GOAT. Slick with the talk and not approach. A little nervous, but I promise not to choke. I ain't perfect, but it's worth it, let me show. Like, what I be on different, I ain't tryna stress you. I'm just tryna feed you, looking to always bless you. Love when we touch, but your vibe is what make you special. Always quick to pick up roller before I even text you. Afro Latina kindergarten, she be teaching. Just turned vegan, I tend to garden if she seeking. Plus shorty bake them edibles that have you tweaking. We was thinking fling, but not forever what we speaking. Pardon self, but you don't know the half. When you catching feels, they tend to up and treat you bad. Swear I'm in too deep to ever think of turning back. So it's everything or nothing, baby, that's a fact. Shorty got me feeling like to go. Hit my line and tell me where to go. Promise you gon' love it where we go. Promise you gon' love me, don't let go. Shorty got me feeling like to go. Hit my line and tell me where to go. Promise you gon' love it where we go. Promise you gon' love me, don't let go. Shorty got me feeling like to go. Pick a destination and we go. I ain't gon' lie, you got me high, I love the smoke. I can't deny I never had this kind of dough. All expense paid excursions, we on private beaches. Walking hand in hand, sunbathing, tanning our features. Hella thick in that two-piece, on the low I'm peaking. More than a snack, she a two-piece, something I've been seeking. Send news, I be texting, she be quick to leak it. And if she knew when we connect, I'm sure to leave a leaking. She the GOAT, we be talking without even speaking. Tell me where you wanna go, cause shorty I be treating. Shorty got me feeling like to go. Hit my line and tell me where to go. Promise you gon' love it where we go. Promise you gon' love me, don't let go. Shorty got me feeling like to go. Hit my line and tell me where to go. Promise you gon' love it where we go. Promise you gon' love me, don't let go. Yeah. We vibing. Yeah. We vibing. Yeah. Yeah. Pimpin' ain't easy, don't do me dirt. Breaking nights, breaking you off, putting in work. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. What's understood don't gotta be said. Don't let that go over your head, stay fed. Yeah, you know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. Bad decisions and heavy drinking, you know the vibes. Late nights and early mornings, you know the vibes. After hours at after hours, you know the vibes. All in your DMs, shooting my shot, you know the vibes. 50 Shades got me studying the Kama Sutra. That last session had you cross town in the Uber. Left your girls at Afropunk so we can link up sooner. Switching plans, making demands, well let me set the mood up. Bed, Bath and Beyond for the feng shui. Then we headed for Beyond once I give you face. I see you listen when I said I like them panties laced. Cherry red, lingerie, do say without a chase. I text good morning every morning, I was on the chase. Plus you kept that pic I sent you, you was gonna race. Playing hard to get, I leveled up to plead my case. Every test you throwing at me, I'll be red to ace. Like what's a snack to dessert, I already ate. That thing make me smile, I call it cheesecake. She wasn't with me for the cheese, now my cheese great. Spoil you shorty, making it rain dough, the cheese great. Getaways and short stays, you know the vibes. Breaking nights and missing days, you know the vibes. Out flexing, drunk texting, you know the vibes. Everywhere messing, heavy sexing, you know the vibes. Pimpin' ain't easy, don't do me dirt. Breaking nights, breaking you off, putting in work. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. What's understood don't gotta be said. Don't let that go over your head, stay fed. Yeah, you know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. Bad decisions and heavy drinking, you know the vibes. Late nights and early mornings, you know the vibes. After hours, you know the vibes. All in your DM, shooting my shot, you know the vibes. I know your babe getting suspicious, nowadays you missing. New outfits in your pictures with exotic dishes. Funny thing is he got paper but don't know what riches. Thinking money buy you love, what have you missing figures? And I ain't talking just figures, bro, I'm talking figures. Yeah, figures, cause I'm digging fingers in her figure. She showed me texts from the nigga, but it ain't my business. Just don't at me in your captions, keep my presence hitting. I play the side of my for hitting, but no French kissing. If you the wife, then it's cool, but I'm setting limits. Sundresses and nutcrackers, we out to get it all summer trying to kill, but it's for the living. Pimpin' ain't easy, don't do me dirt. Breaking night, breaking you off, putting in work. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. What's understood don't gotta be said. Don't let that go over your head, stay fed. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes, yeah, you know the vibes. We vibin', we vibin', we vibin'. You know the vibes, you know the vibes.
We are live back on Crown Confidential. Super excited to be here with you guys. We have DJ Sable here in the building. Killing it. We have Debonair.
Yeah.
We have Durga here on Insta. And we have Prophet watching her on Insta with my guest in the back. I see you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Appreciate it. So talk to us about the album. Like, I want to know everything, right? But for the sake of time, like, you know, talk to us about what made you move to create this. What made you move to create this album?
This is my life's work right here. This is my baby. I've been working on it for the past 3 to 4 years, just putting pieces together. I have like 3 mixtapes out when I was just putting out work just for the people to hear my voice, hear my sound, see that I'm working. But the album I took my time with. I wanted to tell stories. I wanted to tell, I just wanted to make sure I covered every area of the life of being an artist in my life and grinding. So, you know, it's my baby right there. It's like one of my kids.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely get it. Especially being artistic, like we want to put it out there, but we don't want to judge. But then it's like we want to put it out there for the people that get to hear it, but then we don't. You know what I mean? So I definitely get that. What's your favorite? I hate to put you on the spot, but you know I'm going to. What's your favorite song on the album? Because they're all your babies, right?
I love them all. I don't know, the intro.
The intro, yeah, the intro's dope.
'Cause I was just fed up, man. I just wanted
I feel that pain, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to bar the fuck out. Like, I just wanted to go. So I just love hearing that intro. I just knew that I was finally finished. Cause I did the intro last.
Okay, so you did the intro last, great.
That was the last thing I did to finish the album.
That's so interesting because sometimes it's so funny. It's just like the way a movie is made. People don't understand. Like sometimes the very, very end of the movie is made first and the beginning is made last because they gotta, you know, that's what people don't understand. They just think that there's a flow, especially like, oh yeah, you did it in the order that it's presented.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So talk to us about like collaborations, like especially as an artist, because so much came up for me listening for the album. Like I'm telling you, like you know what your album is gonna make my listeners do. So for those of you that are listening, Dopamine is available on Apple, right? Download it now. It will make you call your ex and commit that commandment. Because I'm like, yeah, I know the vibes. Like I'm like, right? And so, what do you want your listeners to get out of the album? What do you want your listeners to feel?
I wanted to uplift them. I want them to get some motivation from it. I want them to be able to either listen to it before they go party, listen to it when they're doing laundry on their way to work. I want it to be something. There's not one song in there you could go to for anything that you got going on. It's an everyday listen. It's not a party album. It's an everyday listen. So I want you to listen to it and get inspired and do what you do.
Absolutely, I love that. And so I guess let's talk about like the biggest takeaway in the album. What's like the piece for you that was one of the hardest pieces for you to finish and do, right? Because you said the intro you did last, but what was one of the hardest pieces as a creative that you had an issue with, that you just couldn't get done?
The song On God, and I have a song called Just Know. It was emotional songs.
Yeah.
Because I took stories from people that I knew.
Yeah.
Just Know is about drug addiction. Drug addiction is about a girl that I knew that was addicted to heroin very early at a time where I didn't really know what drugs was. We're talking about 14, 15 years old. You know, so I just wanted to put that together, and I actually called her and asked her, because she, thank God, turned her life around.
That's awesome.
But I told her, yo, I want to write about when we was kicking it and you was going through what you was going through, and she's like, yeah, please do. And so that took me a while, because I didn't know how to call her. We talking about years, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to call her, and I'm making a video, I have this big idea for it. So that was one of the hardest pieces.
Awesome, awesome. It also sounds like there was a lot of healing that happened as a result of the album. Right. What was, as an artist, what was your biggest takeaway in the release? Because I know that you had a really beautifully curated album release, right? I was really so proud of you, so congratulations on that. I saw where it was held, who was in the building, because I see, one thing I know about you as an artist, and that I've observed with you, you're very strategic. You're very strategic in who you share energy with. You're very strategic in who you want to collab with, and you're very strategic in who you hang with. Like even that. Like I've noticed that about you. You're like, you know, the quiet. You're like the quiet storm. You're in the back, right? And I love that about you. But what was the biggest experience? Your biggest takeaway as a result of releasing the album?
Well, we invited just people that we've been rocking with for the past 4 years, because this is I had a mixtape release party, but that was the beginning stages. I was untrained, wasn't professional. We just excited to have something done. Now that we've done the groundwork and the footwork, we handpicked who we wanted there. Some people that we knew, some people that we didn't know. It was good to play the songs and just watch everybody's reaction. I just, I almost like teared up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where I sat alone in my crib writing.
Yeah.
3 in the morning, not sleeping.
Yeah.
Coming up with stuff and putting it together, and then watching people sit and enjoy it and really tell me, yo, that was good, man, that was fire. It was the people I didn't know, So I was just what's the word I'm looking for? I was full at that moment.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. It's an excellent body of work. I definitely, anyone listening, not go pick it up, but offer it to someone else. Like this album really supported me. I'm telling you, like I was sitting there, like in my feeling, like yes, he said what? Yeah, like I really got it. God is really a great track. Also, we're gonna end with that. And so how can they follow you? Before we get into our freestyle session, how can they follow you? Tell them how they can purchase the album. Tell them everything.
What's going on? It's your boy Debonair, No Fluff 2020. We just going steady on the forward. You can find me everywhere. DEBANAIRE1 on Instagram, my Facebook page, and it's Debonair the One on Twitter, and that's the same spelling with DA1 on the end of that. So, and the website, of course, debonair1.com.
Thank you for allowing us to end the year with a bang. I know that this freestyle session is about to be right, because it's so funny, because I was just sitting in a room. Right? We came back from the show. When's the show? I'm telling you, right? That was the show. I thought at first I was like, I gotta work on my Mortal Kombat moves. Like, are you kidding? Like I was ready. Like sis was ready, and I was trying. And the whole time I was sitting next to her, I was like, and he was definitely looking at me like, yo, Dirty, your sister's real serious over here. He's like, she's really trying to pronounce it, and I'm sitting there for a whole half hour going. And he's like, nah, like, D, don't even try it. But what I love about but I really want to thank you for your authenticity, because this album is really, it's dopamine. It is what it is. So, all right, so now we're going to get right into our freestyle session. So you have 60 seconds, right? When you come in, that's when your 60 seconds starts. I have one beat in particular that I had to put on there, and I'll tell you which one that is. And so I'm going to give you a topic. So the first one, right, we're going to talk about resolutions. So go ahead, DJ Sable, hit him. right?
Shit.
And when I say
Start
stop,
like that with the
yes,
okay.
yes. So resolutions, just talk about whatever it is, and you could go for it. You got 60 seconds.
Okay,
Go ahead, DJ Sable.
Alright, so you said that Biggie was one of your inspirations to get into hip hop, so I had to give you.
That's my favorite.
I had to give you my favorite Biggie song of all time. So without further ado.
That's my DJ.
What? Oh my God. Crown Confidential, Sweets Residential. Niggas don't know I come through in the residential. My New Year's resolution is getting money and being in Ocean 11 like George Clooney. They couldn't fool me. I came through with the jewelry. Y'all niggas look like fools to me. How y'all fucking dressing? Goddamn, you look like fools to me. I'ma have to bring it back one more time. I'm nice with the rhyme. I came through with low key shines. I got the USB port in the wrist, and I'm back like you can't fix that. It's a herniated disc. I'm sitting in the building, snap practice like cotillions. Niggas don't know I got monies like a jillion. I make up my own margins. I got my own target like OJ. You know I'm always at largin. Talking about parquet, well I'm better with the margin. Low cut with the back. I gotta talk my scratch.
Time, yes! This is my favorite
rapper.
I love it. And you know what's crazy? We were sitting, this was after I think December 12th or whatever day it was, we were sitting in the living room and you and it was City the King, shout out to City the King, Apex, Happy New Year, I love you guys. But like I heard like it was just flowing, like they were just going and it was just hours. It was hours of like Hennessy and ginger ale and songs and I was just sitting there and the thing is that there was no recording, no nothing. It was just music. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about it. So you got that second one, that second fire, that second piece.
A little bit more. A little bit faster, but
A little bit
I
faster.
think you can handle it.
Let's see.
I see you
Alright,
out here.
let's go
Go
ahead.
ahead, DJ Sable. I see you out here. Okay.
You doing top or just whatever? So your man put up the first and his family grab a purse and if you wanna do the eulogy at churches, they be working punchlines, simple lines, feeling like you popped a perk with some hash in the glass, you got you gas and hard to burp. I'm in the field, you playing nerf, you want some armor red alert, and your chicken negative inside smelling surf and turf. Never trouble with the curve, always trouble with the spur, cause once you get that nerve, I get that nerve, I hit the curve. Holes in my ears like Bluetooth when they sing blue. You really be thinking it's love, she wants some new booze. Either you sling great pipe or keep a new crew. But did you think the G is on? Do what you shoot. I'm from Brooklyn, Fort Greene, had to keep it mean. We on the streets in the rain like we mean Gene. You meaning them jeans, but you ain't holding no work. When I spit all this dope, the bitches going berserk. I hate the curse, but fucking I throw this rap in a hearse. Niggas hear shots and then they start to disperse. Mr. Night on the Elm Street, and niggas better talk. I spit with the elite. Hop in the willy like me when the couch.
Yes, that was great.
That might go
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fuego.
That might go
It is. I gotta put some flames on that. I got some water. Tenemos agua. All right. So this is one of the. I'm hoping that you're able to get it up. This is one of the ones that I specifically picked out. I think that it's a great old. And my request is, give us some Brooklyn here. Like let this be about Brooklyn.
Okay.
Go ahead, DJ Sable.
Got a whole lot of bros, this will be all below KRM. Listen, friend, you want to come past here, you better know what's going on when he said you win. Let me get it, get the bins, I ain't making amends. You putting niggas down, I'm coming for the crown. Brooklyn be the town, I'm coming down Myrtle. If you coming down this app, you gotta go through some hurdles. Fuck them Urkels and the cops that'll jerk you, and the niggas that you wish you was day one with Mercury. I gotta let you know where I'm from, it's Clinton Hills to keep it real. The first I'd have had to feel like a walkway next to the park. Next to when they had McDonald's and for good, you know it's off. Niggas don't know what it is. It's debonair. I'm back on my fucking front biz. Shout out to Bushwick and East New York and the Pyrus and Crips. Talking they don't eat that pork and drink that milk. These niggas can't stand tall with me. Better get your stick. They not that built. Niggas bag. I'm back on it. Yeah, man.
was, I had to hit it with the 357. Like, that was my joy back. So let them know how they can follow you again. Let them know how they can follow you. What are your social media handles?
Debonair, that's Deb Nair, DEBNAIRE, 1 on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, DA1. My website as well is the same thing, debonair1.com.
DJ Sable, how can they find you?
This is DJ Sable on IG. Is DJ just how you hear it? DJ Sable.
DJ Dot, right? That's how it is.
Actually, I took out the dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the only reason I dot was in there is because somebody had the name, but the other day I checked it and saw somebody took it off their name, so it was free to grab. So I grabbed it.
Yeah, trademark that in 2020. You had Durga in the building. You can find her at DURGADELI. And also, so we're super excited. We have just launched our social media page. So find us at exactly Crown Confidential on IG, also Crown Confidential on Facebook. Our website will be live soon, pending me trying to figure it the F out, right? I just want to, there's some champagne in there that I wanted to open now, if we could, and we could like share in that. This year, like I said, I've been through 8 cars. You can open it. I've been through 8 cars. I've been through 8 situations. And I think that during the whole time, I haven't lost my mind, which is a great thing, right? And I just we're gonna open this bottle. Angie, I know you could go out there and sip some cider for all of us, right? We're having a champagne toast in the studio, right? For our pre-New Year celebration. You can just put it in here for me. And I just want to thank everybody who was on top of it. Yay!
Yes!
That's
right, that's right!
I had the horns, but see, it don't want to work for me. It don't want to work for me because Angie's like, nah, sis.
That's right, because the universe knows you're supposed to use my horn.
Yeah, that's true, right? So I just want to thank everybody who really came together and wanted Crown Confidential to be what it is. I want to thank the people that have been here. Stacy's been in this building. Javier's been in this building. Jason's been in this building. We have Heck back there who's been in the building. Really great contributor. TJ, thanks for being with us. Debonair, thank you for being with us at the end of the year.
Thank you for
DJ
having me.
KK, Katrina, Prophet back here in the building who's supporting us 100 and 1,000,000%. The Kim Dynasty show. Just everyone who has been supporting here at the radio. I think that the great part about what 2020 is that I know what 2020 was, and I know who I don't want in my circle, right?
Right.
And so, Angie, you want to, any shout-outs and any thank yous? I want to thank you for coming up here to the studio and co-hosting this.
Yeah, shout out to Kim, our fact checker.
Jesus, sis, yes. Keisha, absolutely Keisha, everybody who else
Absolutely,
is
Keisha. Everyone that's just supporting the movement, everyone that keeps supporting us, reposting our stuff, and just really showing us love. Thank you so much. 2020 will definitely be our year. And, of course, anyone who supported HTB and continues to support HTB, we love you and appreciate everything that you guys do.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Hey There Beautiful turns 5 next year. And I remember when I started it. Hey There Beautiful Start is our nonprofit organization empowering women and young girls to live their dreams through education, motivation, self-awareness, and self-development. Yes, I say it like that because I wrote it, I saw it, and I know what the vision was. And I just want to say that Hey There Beautiful started out with 5 women in my apartment, and we have now fed over nearly 10,000 people. And in addition to that, we have had over and facilitated 100 workshops. I've seen 6 figures. I've seen $0. I've seen them take my car, my pride. I've seen them take everything. But what they're never able to take on what my visions are. They're never able to entrap me. 2019 has been the most tumultuous year for me, and I will say throw the whole entire year away. I can tell you to throw the whole year away. I done cheated myself, been cheated on, been a cheater in all aspects. And I'm not just talking about relationships, right? I'm talking about with money. I'm talking about with business. I'm talking about across the board. And if you haven't learned the lessons up until now, find somebody that's going to support you with the what's next. I have been, even the first day that we started the show, I was talking to Angie. I was like, this is not a good look for us. But what I learned is to keep moving forward. And so my call to action is to keep moving forward in gratitude and know that everything's going to work out, because 45,000 people don't make it till tomorrow. It's a given fact. And so as a coach and as a lover and as a friend, and you're really listening to me, really know that 2020 is not what makes you. It's making a decision tomorrow morning that no matter where that clock strikes 12 or where you are in your life, that you are perfect, whole, and complete, and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, right? It's not about it being perfect. It's not about it being a certain way. It's about you living your life and being the person that you are. I want to thank everyone who made Crown Confidential possible, and I just want to say thank you to our listeners, our loyal listeners. We're going to come back bigger, stronger, better than ever. Thank you to all the guests, Van Oshun, who was here and blessed us on the radio. We had some really incredible artists. And 2020, Phoenix, who was here. Our event, Rita, right? All those events that we had, it's just been an amazing year. Next year is going to be dope. Look out for us in 2020. Our Vision Board Bubbly Brunch is the last Saturday of the month this year. And check out for some emails that are going to be coming on the pipeline that I'm sending to my clients only right before midnight. Definitely stay attuned to HTB and what we have to offer, and follow us, Crown Confidential on IG, Crown Confidential on Facebook. I want to give a great shout out. Cheers, everybody in the room. Let's make a great cheers, right? Angie sipping that bubbly cheers. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, yes. Love you guys. Thank you.
I love you guys too. And we're going to end with some of Debonair's music. I just want to thank everyone who can hear me near and far. Just know that 2020 gets to start right freaking now. Don't let, yes, on God, yes, and don't wait.
On God.
On God. That's why you're my friend. And don't wait, guys. Don't let, 2020, I'm gonna change. Now, like, start tomorrow by at least waking up earlier than what you thought you get to do. There's so much to be had out there, and I have so much to share with you guys in January. And for now, I'm signing off. I wish you guys happy holidays. Please don't drink and drive out there. It'll cost you $10K or better in New York. Do not drink and drive out there. Get an Uber. That $40 Uber and
Yes,
that
be
$10,000
safe.
fine will change your life. I also want to thank Durga, especially for connecting me with Prophet and connecting with my vision for what's next. This has always been something that I wanted to do, and I was really afraid of being heard in my authentic self, and now I know that there's a place for all of us and that we all belong, and I really appreciate that. Shout out to just everyone, because this movement is about to rock. Yes. Like, I'm telling you, like, the fire that we're going to bring in 2020 is going to rock. Yes. So I want to thank you guys. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Right?
Happy New Year. And one last time for 2019. Bah, 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 bah.
We love you guys.
There we go, man. Yeah.
So great. Doesn't out, Pluto. Doesn't out.
Yeah. Go. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up and I blast for it. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up and I blast for it. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up. I ain't gon' hold you, boy, you on go and I ain't slowing up later what they tripping on. I ain't gon' hold you, be about a bag or a plate, ain't nothing that I'm tripping on. I do what I want, I do what I want, I do what I want. I ain't gon' hold you, if it ain't a plane, I ain't tripping on. Bro, I go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up and I blast for it. Get up and grunt, ain't no task for it. 9 to 5 with or a mask for it. All I pin is the dough, what they ask for. Independent and book what they mad for. Keep my name in their mouth like the tabloids, cause the dope got them shaking like bad boy. Breaking and fitting to go. Came with my hitters, we fit in the show. Token on spicy wasabi hibachi. I cook up on site and I give them a show. They giving you hope, I'm giving you rope. Walking the dead AMC, I'm the GOAT. Brooklyn, I'm breading this off for his head. If he guessing the test, and I'm letting it go. City the gang and savage the mo. Lavish the life, and those are the bros. If I'm up at the plate, swinging from home. If I'm up at the plate, fitting the clothes. It's murder they chose, and so I propose. A firing squad for any of your foes. Shots at the God that get you exposed. Only case that I keep is one of his codes. I ain't worried about much, cookies in my Dutch, I done seen mad pain. I ain't worried about much, boy, hella clutch, of course, it's Bruce Wayne. What you banked to me, plus you be around. Counting up a critic, y'all counterfeited the best and did it on God, and you know we with it. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up and I blast for it. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up and I blast for it. Bro, go get it, I don't ask for it. I just slow it up. I ain't gon' hold you, boy, you on go and I ain't slowing up later what they tripping on. I ain't gon'
Keep with the song or play the next one? Okay, my fault.
Yeah. On image, imagine you about to lose it all. Focus up, but if you slip, who gon' catch your fall? Calling out for you, pick up. Did you get my call on God? I'm trying to hold it together. I'm giving it my all. Hear me. Pick up, I'm calling out. 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 The dark need light to survive, it feeds off you. Evil's get in line, then they entice you with offers. Revenge on the brain, payback, lie in your conscience. Common sense is past tense, I gotta off you. He was born into it, his story came with an author. Great adventures, but his 6 flats came from his father. Family ties plus mob ties, how he was brought up. Always have it on you, get low and never caught up. Grew up with some killers, his main hitter got caught up. Both 15, out active, trying to boss up. His homie had to burn it in 20, he never spoke up. It wasn't even his, that past could get you caught up. Now they 35 and life is a little different. He went in on that 5, came out heavy 6ing. The streets talk, the OG's gone, no one to mix in. Them decades got him feeling no way, like life tricked him. Neighborhood cookout, no neighbors invited, 0. The homie pulled up for the love and got 0. Screaming, I did 20 for you, you got 0. Where's the loyalty in you, young? Y'all got 0. On God. Talk up. On God. Yeah. Made in his image, imagine you about to lose it all. Focused up, but if you slip, who gon' catch a fall? Calling out for you, pick up. Did you get my call? I'm God, I'm trying to hold it together. I'm giving it my all. Hear me. Pick up, I'm calling out. 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 Daddy's girl, but no daddy to show her love is real. Daddy's girl, but who she called daddy changed with every feel. Foaming at the mouth, these wolves paying for the fills. Whisper, baby, call me daddy, then grab the steering wheel on God. I don't know who be staring, I'm trying to stare for real. This can't be life, her high hills came with high heels. Beauty is pain for the veins, to feel requires skill. Everybody like she's so pretty, but need Dr. Phil. Diamond in the rough, real rough, was used to missing meals. Said if she ever got right, she going after meals. Did some modeling after showing skin, they wanted skin. Started dancing, spin on that pole till it should turn again. Leeches in this life, who you turn to when there are no friends. And the ER know you by name, cause of that syringe. God keep bringing you back, I guess to make amends. Overdosing over that boy trying to escape again. Hard to save yourself from yourself, but grab that cape again. Before God stepping, you gotta show some faith for him. Every lesson is a blessing, each day is heaven sent. If you want a landlord, of course you gotta pay the rent. On God's image, imagine you about to lose it all. Focus up, but if you slip, who gon' catch your fall? Calling out for you, pick up. Did you get my call on God? I'm trying to hold it together. I'm giving it my all. Hear me. Pick up, I'm calling out. Hear me. Pick up, I'm calling out. Hear me. Pick up, I'm calling out. Hear me. Pick up, I'm calling out.
I'm afraid. She's with the Negro Ensemble Company, and they're doing a whole 4-piece show, and like, just pick a date so you can come in here, and it's the same setup. And I'm gonna test it now.
They come in here?
Oh, I don't know when.
That's for you, Mom.
Oh no, that's the DJs.
Oh, okay.
You gotta ask us one thing. You get a chance on your story mode, just take a photo so I can share, like, you know, for my marketing, you know. That's all.
Most definitely.
And there's a dope ass album on there.
Most definitely. Yeah, thank you very much.
What? That's fire. Yes.
That's how it should be done, man.
Exactly.
I gotta tell you, like, I've done a lot of showcases. I've done a lot of shows with a lot of artists, and it's like the unprofessional, you know, way that
I sent you my
message and stuff like that, like
emails and all of that.
Yeah, you know, or sometimes people come with, you know, they crew whatever, and what somebody's performing, and they like, oh, now my buddy want to perform his song or something like that, and I'm like, man, I don't work like that. Like, But you know, I really respect things like this because it's kind of like this is how you actually get, you know, yeah, this is how you actually get out there, you know. This is how you actually, because you know, if you want DJs to get your music out there, make it easy for them, you know, make it easy for people to support you, you know. Support you.
No lie, there's too many things in this fucking room.
So which
right now, that one, like it's D.
And then I'm not used to people calling me D sometimes, cause she's D, so I just be like, and then they be like D, I be like, me?
Bro, the music is hit, like it hits.
Yeah.
Like every song that played, it wasn't where it sounded the same.
Right. It's
so
fresh. It's something different.
And it's like, oh shit, word, this is what you're doing? And then it's like, oh word, that's what you're doing. And then it's like, really, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
no, you know what you're doing. Yeah. You know what you're doing.
It hits, like it hits. Bro,
it's rare to meet somebody who really know what they're doing.
Don't change the style.
That's a fact.
As long as you gotta do it, don't change the style, cause it.
Yo, and all that fucking sound shit, you know what that shit remind me of? The old song you was making? Like,
I don't
know if everybody in the room, I don't know how old y'all are, but the Jetsons, the that means that's what music is today. Like, no lie. Like, they say some shit, and then it's like, yo, hey, here I am. Yo, for real.
No, we went to a show, right? And we're sitting, and Dirk is supposed to perform. Wait. And we know we had like really great, like we had a couple of great artists, and I love when an artist is able to grab a mic and use the mic to their advantage. Because the thing is that this is the mic. You see, you know, it's supposed to be an echo, right? And you're supposed to connect. Not this, or you're holding it like ice cream, right? But then I see this and I can't hear it. You can't hear it. And then I hear this. You know, like you gotta be able to hear, right? But then my thing is, we heard for a whole 2.5. Bow.
No, you didn't. You didn't. Yo, she was in the corner with Devin for like an hour, like click pow, and I'm like, I was somewhere else, and I come back, and Devin is looking at me, and I'm like, what? He was like, you left me alone with your sister, going kick pow. Yeah, kick pow. She can't get it.
We were doing like Batman, you know, like Batman and Robin, like pow, and they're like, Nadia, damn, I'm like bars.
You know what's crazy? The youth now will catch that out of the whole song. They would just repeat that sound because it's your song, and they don't even care about anything else.
You know why? And this is the sad place, and this is just like why we do it, because a lot of them don't know how to read. Yeah. Like they're not, like they're being like I'm in high school and they don't know punctuation, they don't know period, semicolon, and then whatnot. And then my boys came in the room, 3 boys, they were playing around, whatever, and they had I'm off the mic, right? They had a white teacher, and she was like, oh, guys, sit down, blah blah blah. You know, she's a speech therapist, right? And they're like, nah, we don't need this. They're playing with her, right? So I sat for 5 minutes, and when my Bushwick stuff, I was like, let me watch them disrespect her, whatever. Taking a book, throwing it over her head. She's like, sit down. She has chocolates for them and stuff, and I'm like, so I was like, yo, and I locked the door. I was like, what y'all not gonna do in here? Act like y'all can't read. Y'all want businesses, y'all want Nikes, y'all don't even know how to fill out an order form. I was like, so I suggest y'all learn how to read and stick it, because if y'all don't, get the hell out of my room, because you ain't gonna be disrespecting her, acting like y'all know how to read. I was like, your mama got you them Jordans. You don't even know. I was like, the thing about it is you don't even know how to pronunciate and write your own name. So don't come in here all disrespectful and this rah-rah-ish. Them boys sat down, I never said, all right, Mr. I said, y'all wanna be in speech therapy and y'all wanna run businesses, but y'all don't even know how to write a website properly. Y'all don't even know how to enunciate. I was like, y'all better sit here and get your life before I get you kicked out of school. All right, Mr. We got it. I said, no, do y'all got it? Because you're not gonna disrespect homegirl because she's trying to teach you how to read. The most fundamental thing that you can do is read. If you can't read a contract, you cannot read anything. If you cannot read in school, you cannot read outside of school. They're not gonna help you outside of school when you leave. You're a number, and if you can't read now, you ain't never gonna read. They built a prison for you, brother. So which one you want? You want to build a shank or you want to build a sentence, bitch? I'll wait. Nah, dude, we got it.
That's too dead.
I gotta talk to them like that. Because there's nobody else there to talk to them. Then they came down with it. I get you playing.
I know who you were talking about too. The Arab kid, right? The one that owns the store that his father.
Nah. his friend that likes to F with him.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Ja. He's actually a really good rapper. I
Oh,
went in
and
there and I taught them like a thing, and they really created something dope. I set them up in 3 different groups. They really created like a really
they're dope. They're a dope group, but sometimes you gotta check.
You gotta separate them too.
Oh, that's for next week.
Yeah.
Like cause you.
What day is it again?
Well, you coming the end towards the end of the month. He's coming
The ninth.
then is it the ninth? Is it the ninth?
Yeah.
Cause the third.
What? It's a Thursday. The next Thursday. That's the ninth.
Yeah. it's the
Okay.
ninth. So I got my brother. I got 2 people coming with me.
Okay. The only thing I need
Okay.
is that like y'all do like a little video clip, like yo, check this out, blah blah blah. The site on WEMS. Boom, the spot.
Okay.
That you gonna be on the spot on Thursday from 6 to 8.
No problem.
So I got hella instrumentals, bro.
Yeah, I got.
I got hella instrumentals.
My,
we gonna talk about the album and stuff, but
Yeah, no, we got like.
yeah, we definitely.
You know what time it is. I'm bringing Scotty Good from We Go Hard, the battle rapper. He battle rap. He been on URL, and I'm bringing my brother from North Carolina. Is actually my younger brother. He do Cypher U. He got beats with little brother. He's working with Knife Wonder out there, producing, making beats and rapping as well. So like I'm bringing some artists up.
Yeah. So we gonna go. We gonna have a good time. I don't know if you can make it that day.
Yeah, I know. You said Thursday at 6, right? Next Thursday.
Next Thursday at 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If you could get here, that'd be great. I would definitely love for you to like be part of the experience.
Yes, that second beat was I got hype. I was like, oh okay, 'cause I like that. I was like, oh okay, I see what
Yeah.
you're
It was like everything last minute. Like you just like find 3 beats to freestyle. I was like, throw something together. Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but I definitely don't like the album. So Brooklyn joint, Casanova joint.
Yeah.
That shit. I think you fucking. I just be like, you know what? Just let the shit play, and I'm just gonna sit back. I'm done for the night. Cause that shit'll just be crazy. I just know it. Like when you and Switch was here, I was like, man, that's the shit I was talking about all the time. It was 45. We went 45 minutes over the show, just sitting there listening to them. Like we were just like.
I just called my Uber, but
Yeah, man.
I'm bringing a bottle up. I came straight from work tonight, so I didn't have a chance to bring it.
events coming up. But the one
I'm gonna have a bottle. We gonna vibe out.
Yo, we gonna vibe out, have a good fucking time.
My brother, he took the day. He's like, yo, third word. Yo, check it today, 'cause he's driving up from North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
so.
usually from 7 to 12.
Yeah, and you know, and then the link is always there, so
I'll
it's just
confirm with
sharing
you
this
when
shit.
he sends me.
And we gonna start early. We gonna have a good time.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man.
Always a pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, nice
Good
to meet
job.
you too. Yeah.
Home safe.
Bye, Mama. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mom.
I'll see you next week.
Hold on, I'm gonna let her put it on first.
It fits though.
He said, I'm gonna let her put the whole coat on.
I heard you say that, and I'm like, wait, you idiot.
He's like, what he's talking about?
But you know what, Seth? I got a cut here. I don't know what I was doing. And I was going to put tape on it, but I was like, no, sis, you get to get a new coat. Because you know, you